Ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and cretins, welcome to Fableheim and Iratus, Lord of the Dead, Wrath of the Necromancer. I have waited so long to say that. It's finally here. I'm finally playing it. Oh. Are you ready? It's going to be glorious. Now, if you're new here, hi. Every run, and this will be a fresh run, I have a theme for this series. This theme is Wrath of the Defiler. Not the most original name in the world, but the reason I borrowed the DLC's name is because this will be my first look, my first hands-on run through the DLC. So we'll be using DLC characters, the Reaper and the Abomination, and we'll be taking a vested interest in all of the new mechanics. It is also worth noting that this is after the pre-patch, so a number of tweaks have gone into certain characters, but we'll touch all that when we begin. This empty slot. Now, I did delete my one failure, which I had kept there in memory to remind me that I'm not all-powerful. But there's exactly 5 slots here. And there just happens to be 5 difficulties of Eternal Harvest. But speaking of Eternal Harvest, we will begin on Eternal Harvest 1. We have cleared the game in this difficulty before, but because of the new bosses, new enemies, and the new 6th floor, I decided, you know what, we'll just take it for a spin on Eternal Harvest 1 again. So, Eternal Harvest is a special mode for those eager to go one step beyond. Less starting resources, less battle rewards. Enemy strength is constantly rising, elite enemies regularly join battles, enemies have a high chance to become inspired, minions do not recover vigor out of battle, Iratus does not recover any mana out of battle, and graveyard efficiency is constantly decreasing. Now, before I click the start button, for every series I always try to make a stitched together introduction. This one's a little longer than usual, it's about a minute, and I made this one just so everyone knows where we are. Why Iratus has been resealed, and why this time we're gonna go all the way. Enjoy.
You who once defied me and imprisoned me will now call me master. Obey. What is the meaning of this?
You have done well. Return to your grave, for your work here is done. Or resist. Your fate is already woven.
And so, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
Welcome, Iratus. You're so beautiful. It's been so long. Now, I will take a few minutes here to just explain really quick all the new things. First of all, there is the potion making mechanic. Iratus can use the parts he finds to brew various potions. By combining various parts, you discover recipes that can be used in battle. By using potions, you can enhance one or all minions, weaken enemies, or gain resources. Using uncommon, rare, and legendary parts increases the quality of the potion. Now, because we are on Eternal Harvest to begin with less resources, and we probably won't be putting too many resources into potions until the end of the 2nd floor, beginning of the 3rd floor, once we start having a bit of a stockpile. So this is here. We begin with 3 flasks, it appears, but it's going to be sitting here for some time. So don't worry, we'll come back to it when we're ready, which is not now. Sorry. Now, talents. I was looking around the talents. There aren't too many changes. I think they moved Skullfall, I feel like. But other than that, everything is pretty much the same here. They did balance, where is it? Battle Eternal. They balanced this a little bit. And they balanced the Finger of Death, the game-winning ability. It's now less game-winning, but still pretty game-winning. And, yeah. Everything else. I was a little disappointed to see that there's no talent regarding potion making, but hey, 'tis what it is, huh? Now, I always say that A strong foundation is what will lead you to success. So we're going to be dumping a ton of points into alchemy. But before that, I'm actually going to pick up... Am I going to do this? Yeah, we'll pick up architecture buff. I think this is my normal path.
The formulae reveal.
So we're going to pick up architecture buff. Then we're going to go over to Ire and pick up Wrath Unchained, Amok, and go straight. We're going to dash towards advanced ballistics as fast as possible. And then once we have advanced ballistics to give plus 12 accuracy to all of our minions, we'll go back to alchemy and we'll dump a number of points here because we need Relic Seeker, Gray. We definitely need Gray Matter. We need this soon. Then we'll probably pick up Amateur Surgeon, maybe Surgical Practice, and then we will begin diverging a little bit. Maybe Advanced Doctorate as well. That's pretty important. Then we'll play around after that. So now, the fun part. I was curious to see if we'd have to unlock these 2 new characters or if they would just give them to us like the Infested, and it turns out they just give it to anyone who owns the DLC. The 2 new characters are the Reaper and the Abomination. And we're going to be playing with them. Don't you worry. So, finally, I get to see all of the skills and all of their upgrades. And here's the Reaper. And by we're going to be playing with him, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make this right now. Let's do that.
Always wondered if I should get myself a scythe, or would that be too cliche?
Definitely get yourself a scythe. Scythes are awesome. So this is the Reaper. He's kind of like a frontliner support character that can do all sorts of weird and wonky things. So without further ado, let's get into those weird and wonky things. Dissection. This is a physical attack that deals 100% damage, and it moves the Reaper 2 steps forward. So he has a way to move forward if, for whatever reason, he gets knocked backwards or you are playing positioning shenanigans. The upgrades, one of them gives him 6 accuracy and causes it so that his attack will restore restore wrath equal to 50% of the damage dealt. Pretty good. The other direction, same thing, except it will restore 25% of the mana dealt. It will restore mana equal to 25% of the damage dealt. You know what I meant. I just mixed the words around. I'm so excited. And gives 5 health. So, I think they're both good. Honestly, if you go for the Wrath one, 6 accuracy is a lot. He does get 5 per point, though. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, good standard ability. His second one, Spectral Wave, can be used from the first or second position. It hits all enemies and is a magical attack. Early on, magical attacks are pretty strong because you don't fight enemies with a whole lot of wards. And the beginning of the game is the hardest. So, take that as you will. One upgrade, one attack, and it is 60% of the damage instead of 50. That's not a huge difference, but it is a difference. The other direction turns it into a dread attack, very much like the Black Widow. So that is interesting. The Reaper can do both, by the way. He can damage both Vigor and Sanity, which makes him pretty versatile. But speaking of damaging Sanity, his second attack, used from the 3rd or 4th position, both ignites and curses the enemy. It's kind of conflicting in that one of them is damaging health and one of them is damaging Vigor, but for builds that deal damage based on debuffs, which is the immediate thing that I thought of, this is good. And of course you can go either direction. One of them increases the curse efficacy, the other one increases the magic efficacy. So we can go anywhere, really. The second one, this one threw me off guard, and I was very happy. Second, 3rd, or 4th position, a support ability that removes all buffs from the target. It also interrupts stances and cannot miss. The upgrade that threw me off guard was this one. It could be upgraded to force a sanity check on an enemy. This means the enemy will either become insane or inspired. If you're playing on more pain or cakewalk difficulty, they cannot become inspired, so they will always go insane. And if you're playing on any difficulty with the Shackles of War, they will always become insane. This is amazing. It synergizes very well with the Vampire as well, oddly enough. But, that caught me off guard and I'm excited about it. The other upgrade.
Tools can be made better, deadlier.
Yes, so we're going to do that. Maces that ignores block and ward, which could be nifty depending on what you're fighting. And gives 5 health. 5 health is a pretty big deal. His next ability is a support ability that is a buff. He moves back 2 spaces. Iratus gets 12 spell power for 4 turns. One makes it so that it also restores 10 mana and gives 6 accuracy. That's a lot of accuracy again. The other direction gives him 1 attack and 1 dread, and increases the spell power up to 18. Spell power build, here we come. Probably not. Probably not. But hey, the option. His Wrath ability down here, Scythe of Death. Now this one is not what I was expecting. For each 1% vigor and sanity that the target is missing, inflict physical damage. Maximum physical damage is equal to 400%. Does not miss. So what this means is we have another percentage damage deal attack, but they've capped the maximum damage that it can deal. Which I kind of laughed at that because we've seen just how powerful these percentage attacks are, right? One upgrade makes it so that it restores 25% of his maximum vigor if it kills the target. That's probably really good because 400% attack is a lot. Remember, you can keep upgrading that with every upgrade of attack. Plus 3, 10, you can get 30? That's probably going to be the upgrade, I think. The other direction also gives 10 health, which is a big deal. The other direction gives 2 attack and 2 dread, and just raises the cap from 400% to 500%. Honestly, I think that Scythe of Life is going to be the upgrade. I think so. But anyway, that is the Reaper. He has 3 alternative skins. Let's go with this one. Oh, isn't he beautiful? Alright, time to get the baby Nergalith involved. Oh yeah. I'll say this at the end, whatever. Lovely. Isn't it lovely? So the Abomination, just like the Reaper, he can do both physical damage and, well, health damage and dread damage. So let's jump into it, shall we? His first attack is Slice. This is a physical attack, can be used in the first or second position, deals 35% damage 3 times. Now, it's not a whole lot of damage, but multiple attacks are very good for stripping, block, and ward, and can stack the Ashes of the Burned Witch super well. So, see where I'm going with this? One upgrade is Cripple, and that increases the damage from 30% to 45%. Excuse me, from 35% to 45%. 10% increase, again, that seems small, but on a multi-attack, that's a big deal. The other direction, it makes so it has a 15% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. That means 3 shots at a 15% hit. That's not terrible. Not terrible. That also gives luck. His second ability is a support ability from the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th position. It moves him forward 2 positions, and the Abomination receives 12 attack until the end of combat. That's a long buff. One direction makes it so the Abomination receives 16 dread. That's a huge buff. And the other direction makes it so it gets 16 attack, also plus 2 attack baseline. Ooh, these are big buffs. His next ability is a debuff from the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd position. The enemies on the chosen position and the next position in line switch positions random. Switch to random positions. So he can basically break formations, more or less, randomly. One upgrade gives him 5 health and causes targets to lose 8 attack for 2 turns, does not stack. It's an interesting question. Does this not stack only with itself, or does it not stack with, say, the Banshee's shenanigans? Don't know. 5 attacks pretty cool. The other one makes it so that it not only moves the enemies, but it also deals 65% dread damage. Not bad. You can synergize this with the Banshee's whale stance, so that when they get moved about, the Banshee will hit them with the stress damage. Now this next ability is probably what we're going to be using a lot very early on. It's a support ability from the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th position that will hit all enemies, intimidate all enemies, and inspire all allies for 2 turns. All enemies will lose 2 initiative, 6 evasion, and 9 accuracy. All allies will receive 2 initiative, 6 evasion, and 9 accuracy. Ignores, ward, and does not stack. That is a lot of stats. Especially early on when our accuracy is low, because we don't have advanced ballistics, this is going to be a big deal, I think. One upgrade gives him 6 accuracy, and then makes it so that the return to allies is stronger. All allies will receive 3 initiative and 9 evasion and 12 accuracy. The other direction makes it so
Reinforce
that
the bones, strengthen the flesh, blacken the spirit.
Yes, thank you, Iratus. So that the debuff to enemies is stronger. Same thing, basically. I'd probably go for the War March, honestly. Helping your friends is good. His next ability is a stance from the first or second position. It marks an ally and redirects 100% of all targeted attacks from the marked ally to the Abomination. And then the Abomination will counterattack, dealing 80% physical damage to any enemy that attacks. One of them makes it so there's a 5% chance during the counterattack to kill the attacker. Bosses are immune. The other one increases the reflection damage from 80% to 100% and provides 5 health, which is a big deal. His ultimate ability can be used from any position. It is a single target stress attack, dealing 100% dread damage, and it instantly destroys an enemy that has less than 20% sanity remaining after receiving damage from this ability. The Abomination receives a buff restoring 10% vigor until the end of combat. That's his regeneration. Bosses and inedible enemies are immune. Have we seen that inedible enemy tag before? I don't think you can eat constructs and stuff. One upgrade gives you 10 health and makes it so that it is 15% of your health instead of 10. The other upgrade increases the dread damage. Yes. So, oh boy. So obviously the finisher for the Abomination and his sustain comes from being in a stress build, but he can be in a damage build. And I think we're going to try him in a damage build first. I think that's the plan. His feature also, after each action, evokes a feeling of terror, dealing 15% stress damage to all enemies. Oh, I did not read that before. Interesting. So he has 3 skins, right? Yes. Pink, this, and Nurgle. What's your feature? When killing an enemy, the Reaper restores 10% vigor to itself and all minions. Does not trigger when killing summoned enemies. Oh, that's good. That's good. So what I'm thinking we're going to do, I recommend borrowing the Bride, because you get one for free at the start, and she has a lot of baseline accuracy. I think she has the highest baseline accuracy. So you borrow the Bride that you pick up, or that's given to you, just to deal damage at the start. Let's see your skins. Okay, so she didn't get a brand new skin, but they did make the old winter skins available for purchase for $2.99, I think. And I bought it because I was lamenting the fact that I missed it during early access. But now I have it. So yeah, we have a hooded Dark Ranger. I'm not quite sure on how the positioning is going to work here, honestly. But I think these two will be floating about a bit. I definitely want him starting in the second position so that he can do battle thumping. And then we'll deal with that later. As for the final position, I think... Do we go all in? Yeah, let's go all in. Why not? Normally, I don't recommend going all in right away, because the beginning of the game is the hardest. So once you can get past the beginning, I think you're in good shape. Until then... So we will probably... Do I want the Unfrozen? Not really. I mean, we could use the Unfrozen. Honestly, if we're going all in, we don't want the Bride, right? Oof.
The chill of the grave walking.
We'll keep the Bride. So I was thinking, here's the new Unfrozen skin. Some Norse influence. I was thinking the Blood Phantasm. We have made a Blood Phantasm that broke the game he hit so hard, and that's because of Moaning Chains. He deals additional damage for each buff and debuff on the target, and we're going to be applying a lot of those. So I think our first group is really going to be Reaper, A-Bomb, Unfrozen, Blood Phantasm, but we'll use the Bride for now. Actually, no, we won't. What we'll do with the Bride is we'll keep her here in case. Just in case. In which case, I think these two can be swapped. Yes. Perfect. So here is... Yeah, Blood Phantasm has 4 skins. Here's his new one. He's beautiful. Okay. Now that all of that's out of the way. That was a while. Pooh, almost 20 minutes in. The theory crafting is done. Well, the look at the new characters is done. So, if you skipped ahead... Hi. For every series, I name all the characters that we actually use. So if you have any names for any minion that you can think of, feel free to leave them down below. I'll write it down, and I'll use the ones that I like. Simple as that. Graveyard. We have no digger sills. Feels bad, and there's nothing here. So, let's march ahead, shall we? To the first floor. The kingdom had need the vast riches buried underneath the castle, great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest. Along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age, the dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. That's me. I make that joke every time. So the maps have been reworked a few times. Oh, this is a cemetery. The map has been reworked. I don't know why I said a few times. It's been reworked to increase the random possibilities and to make it so that it's easier to empower Iratus and your minions. I'm not quite sure what that means, but we're going to find out. But before we take a look at the map overall, let's get to our first battle! Look at our team. Isn't it beautiful? Actually, hold on. Can I do this here? I don't remember what my battle speed is set at. Yeah, it's at 5. 5 is way too much for me. I think 2 is what we liked, right? We liked 2? Oh, we'll find out. Ooh. Okay. Now these, we have 2 hunkies and we have a conscript. These hunkies have 52% luck. Holy crap. Okay, bro. Anyway, let's just have a smack, shall we? What if we bring it down to 1.5? Let's try that. I get motion sickness when it's too high. I brought it up to 5 earlier just for some testing purposes. Let's begin with battle thumping. Good. Good. The debuffs begin. Smack. Bring it on. Ooh. I got a stun. That's not good. I'm glad you hit that, though. Because if I didn't hit that movement, he wouldn't have been interrupted. Lol. Rule of thumb is always take your kills where you can get them. Always.
Worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
You would hope so, anyway. So I guess I'm just going to do this. Try and hit both of them. Oh, this improved accuracy is so good. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones already. We have a good smack. That's not going to kill anyone. I don't really want to redirect, honestly. I guess I'll just battle them. Again. Just keep thumping. Just keep thumping. 12. Oof. You know what? We'll just do this. Use our wrath somehow. Oh, yeah. The team is coming together. I was hoping that he would get that kill because that would heal my minion, but it's okay. Oh, this buff from the A-bomb is awesome. We didn't miss once. I'm a genius. Okay, now let's take a look at this map, shall we? This takes a while. Now, in Eternal Harvesting, good always wins. I highly recommend being flexible. The Dark Gods of RNG will determine what builds you can and cannot support. So what are we looking for? If we want to go with a stress build, I want the Super Mummy build because that's freaking hilarious. For the Super Mummy build, we need to hit as many cultists as we can. The Shackles of War would also be awesome for Iratus, to make it so that enemies cannot go insane. And we're kind of just fishing for any item that can help support a particular build. Now, item fishing is Ancient Coffins. We probably need some artifacts, don't we? If we go left, we can sack this Dark Knight here. Ooh, am I confident to hit an elite this early? think I am. I feel confident, team. Ooh, but going over... Always get experience... Well, early Iratus experience. I was going to say always get experience for minions, but early Iratus experience can get us to advanced ballistics faster. Which is a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. We can hit steel. We can hit this. The graveyard's not super helpful. I'm going to follow my gut. Maybe. If I hit... Where's the earliest Digger's Souls? Right there. Okay. I can go here. Get this. I don't have the graveyard. Then I have a quest. Ugh. Alright, let's just go this way. We'll hug the left. Do I want a piece? No. No, we're not going mummy this early. Let's see what these two items are, shall we? I've never seen these before. So we have the Hourglass of Doom. Each time Iratus uses an active talent, the Reaper increases Iratus' spell power by 12 until the end of battle, stacks up to 5 times? What? Yo, spell power build. For real, though? What's this? At the start of combat, the Abomination receives 1 charge of Break and Swallow. I don't know what that is. Okay. Well, let's just go with the A-Bomb thing first. Because Rune of Winter's good for the Unfrozen. Hourglass of Doom seems awesome, but we don't have any active talents, and we won't for a while. So I guess let's take this. I don't know what Break and Doom does. Is that... Break and Swallow. Oh, no way. No way. Is the A-Bomb gonna... Hold on, we gotta go. We gotta go test this. Let's go. Let's smack. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Holy crap. Yo, that item is... This is awesome. We begin combat. We begin combat. With 14 vigor every single turn. That's nuts. I need to do this first. As much as I want to get rid of this block, I need to stomp. Wow. My mind is blown. That item is so good. Yes. Hit my Abomination. Do it. Do it now. What am I doing? Good question. I guess let's do this. Had to think about that for a hot second. No stunning. Good. No stunning allowed. We're aiming for this guy first. But I definitely need to get rid of your blocks. There we go. Perfect. Hey, he's hitting the right person. Spend some wrath.
This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Pathetic.
Pathetic. It is pathetic. Ooh. You're swinging my boy around. Ooh, the Reaper needs to get this kill. If the Reaper gets this kill, we get to heal. Unfortunately, he's going. There's no way I can get both kills, right? I don't think so. Oh, it's percentage based on the minion? Ooh. Baldur's Gate 3.
Is a tide that will wash away
cool update.
Your pathetic
definitely going to read that. We've leveled. Unfortunately, this is every other level. Every odd level. These upgrades. So we can only put stats in now for now. But, I should probably upgrade accuracy. I should be responsible. And yet? Okay, +8 accuracy is a lot for 2 points. Trust me, it hurts to do this. It really does. Have some health. But I don't like missing. Missing is bad. Ooh. The Reaper might just be good now. Like, the Reaper might not need any more points in accuracy. Wow, that's pretty good. We have one more talent, so we can go ahead over here to Ire and get +3 attack.
I need nothing but my anger to purge.
We're going to go over here to the sacrificial altar. And we're going to be sacrificing the Dark Knight to get the book that gives us more experience on next combat. Ooh, we got the Crimson Chains as well. Nice. I'm pretty sure all of that but the book is random. So let's give that to you. Wunderbar.
Fetchy.
After winning the battle, Iratus additionally gains plus 100% of the experience from the current level. This will basically give us another talent point. So, let's head over here. More. Give me more. We haven't seen a 4 enemy combat yet, have we? I can interrupt this. Unfortunately, what if I just mark you? Let's see what happens, shall we? Lol. Alright, I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. I mean, I probably couldn't have called that better if I tried. Unfortunately, it looks like this stance is going to go through. Unfortunate. Ooh, maybe not. Nailed it. Isn't it great? Aw, your mark wore off. Oof. I think if I do this, I set up the Reaper to kill all of them. I think so. 12, 11. Yes.
Good, good. More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
That is so good. That's awesome. I do declare that the Reaper is good.
Another step towards my eternal
Ooh, a new item. Archmage Pendant. Each round of combat, Iratus receives 5 mana. Oh, this is a new artifact. For some reason, I thought this was a, what's it called in Warhammer? The thing that guides the ships? The Astra Larium.
This item finds its way into my capable hands.
I don't know. Anyway, but we have 2 talent points now, thanks to the book. We'll spend 1 on Amok.
It will be a messy slaughter.
This is a spell for Iratus that gives the target minion 6 attack and 6 dread, but they lose 12 luck. So they deal more damage, but they have less of a chance to crit. It is also worth noting that if this minus 12 luck brings the minion into the negative luck range, that increases the chance of enemies to crit the minion. So double-edged sword here, but it's pretty good. Pretty good, and spell power will increase that damage bonus. But more importantly, for the long term of our run, it unlocks the ability for us to get Advanced Ballistic for 2 points. So we just need 130 more experience, and we'll have Advanced Ballistics, and we will have pretty much met our accuracy target for the time being. Now, I'm not going over here, because I ain't scared of no ghost. I don't need healing. What is healing? Let's go hit this chest. Show me the goods. Total sum of minion level in battles is less than 21. After a victory, Iratus additionally gains 10% of experience from the current level. So this is... we can use this until all of our minions hit level 5. Technically until all of our minions hit level 6. This can also be used if you're rocking a YOLO solo build, so a solo character. This can be used until they're level 21. At the end of each round, Iratus recovers 10 wrath. Ooh. Oh. Whenever an enemy dies due to a heart attack, Iratus additionally gains 3% of the experience from the current level. This Bloody Horn is a new item, and I think I'm going to take it. This signal is really good for early game, and the Ghost of Blade's really good if you're doing a stress build.
I can
But
use this.
I'm strong,
It embellishes my
and we're not doing a stress build.
features.
At least not yet. We do have 20 Digger Soul, so we should construct something. I usually go for the Obelisk. Just kidding, I need 25. Okay. Well. One more combat, and then we'll construct the Obelisk. Here we go. Here we go. There's definitely way more combat than there used to be. Definitely way more. I also feel like they're giving us more of a chance to build up before we get to the 4-man combat. Once again, can't do a whole lot. Oof. I was hoping that with additional accuracy I wouldn't miss that, but here we are. Technically, whatever. Ooh, he missed. He missed, but because it was a stance, he still got to hit. Meh. Just give him the good old smackaroo. We have so much wrath now.
Maybe I'll craft this
Ooh.
furniture.
Omega lull? Get wrecked. So I guess... With the Abode of Wrath... You can't put yourself in an SQ, can you? I don't think so. We'd get a lot of value out of the Abode of Wrath, wouldn't we? No. I'll just put you in a cube. Heal me. Ah, beautiful.
A predictable outcome.
Wait, so did it not proc? I feel like it didn't proc. Anyway, we have leveled up. Let's see. Good old Blood Phantasm. What are we looking at? I think we're definitely going to upgrade Chains of Anger into the Moaning Chains. Now, this can go in two directions. One, you can increase the base damage of the attack, or you can increase the bonus provided from each buff and debuff. Even this early on, we're applying enough debuffs, I think, that this is worth it. But this is definitely the more end-game plan. And don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. Attack. Attack. The Unfrozen. The Unfrozen Wastes. We currently... We don't have a way to remove buffs, do we? Darn. Maybe that bodes a question, do we want to remove buffs? Because our damage with the Blood Phantasm is scaling even with buffs. I'll let you all decide. For now, though, I usually pick up Ice Lance here because this interrupts stances, and I usually use this to interrupt stances, as the name suggests, but I'm going to go with Penetrating Spear. This was buffed some time ago, and now, whenever it attacks, the target loses 24 armor for 4 turns. Am I going to do this? Yeah, I sure am. Let's do it.
Now, prove yourself worthy of my investment.
We'll put 2 points into attack, 1 point into vigor. For the abomination. I kind of want to upgrade my slap, honestly. But, we'll go ahead and go with the War March. This will increase the buff that our allies get and give us 6 accuracy, which is, like I said, a sizable amount. I'm going to go ahead and increase my attack and then hold. Maybe 1 initiative? I can't decide if initiative is good for him yet. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Nah. I guess it depends on how we want his attack to go. Attack. Wow, the Reaper can go freaking fast. Alright, so our upgrades. What are we doing with the Reaper? Good question. I like the 5 health, but I kind of like the 6 accuracy more. We can interrupt stances with this if we want to. We haven't been able to get into a position to do our fun ignition stuff. There is the opportunity, I suppose. Frontline Unfrozen is so sketchy. Like, super... Alright, we'll go with Hateful Dissection.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
What I was thinking was to have the Reaper in the 3rd position. Couldn't Spectral Wave then, but that would allow me to use the Agony of Fire and all the rest of my abilities. Have the A-Bomb here for this, and then have the Unfrozen in the front line, which is super sketch. Like, I don't want the Unfrozen first. No one does. That doesn't end well for anyone. That was a Wraith I needed for this, right? Yes. I'll show off the Wraith's new skin as well.
An unassuming creation. Perhaps the warnings were just superstitions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I definitely want to use a Wraith now. That's freaking awesome.
The obelisk is overflowing with souls. My continued campaign certainly provides it with no shortage of spirits to harvest.
So the reason I build the obelisk first is because it provides additional Digger souls after combat. The next highest priority, actually even just the highest priority, is the library. Like, I build the obelisk, but I fully upgraded the library first. The library, for those familiar. So the Dark Knight, here's his new skin. This is the old winter skin that you can now buy. And, oh, he has no other new skin. Never mind. Ignore me.
How unfortunate that I need to rely on mortal knowledge to recover my powers. It's akin to trying to quell hunger with breadcrumbs.
Each minion studying Ancient Book gives Iratus plus 20 experience and plus 8% of the experience from the current level. This is super important to level up Iratus and max out your talents as soon as you can. Next combat, we'll be able to get advanced ballistics, and I'm excited. So here we go. This is our first 4-man combat. Ooh. Is it time? Is it time to use a muck? Should we muck? I'm pretty sure... Okay, so the only person with 12% of luck is the Unfrozen. So we can use it on the Unfrozen, and he will not go into negatives.
Rage release.
So we'll do that. Now we can't remove buffs, remember. But, I ain't scared no ghost. You know? I want to see the new ability, but we'll get around to that, I think. I'll still mark the A-Bomb. I think also we're going to want to try and beat down the guard. Are we? Maybe not. How long does this last? 4 turns? That's quite a few turns. Alright. The guard has a lot of armor. 15 by default. And the elite guard has even more, because he's elite. Go figure. What a shock, right? So this stance that the guard is in, whenever a minion moves, attacks for 100% of his damage. This is whenever you move with your own ability, or whenever an enemy moves you as well. I don't believe any of these enemies have movement, though. So we're good on that front. I want some more Wrath. We're going to use the A-Bomb here to remove the block. Now, on this guy. And then our Unfrozen can start going to town. Oh yeah, because of our item, this guy's on fire. Also, he got freaking wrecked by my mark. So, that's good. Mega lol.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Get wrecked, bro. Let's use some magic.
Rage released.
Here we go. Aw, I almost got the double kill. I wanted the double kill for the health. Oh, and that can crit? Oh my goodness. The Reaper is so good. Pretty sure I just won.
This never gets old.
It never does. Oh, we have a good team.
A sad display for mortal.
Chainbreaker 3. Good events. Thank you for testing out Chrono Arc. I appreciate you. Kill 1,000 enemies in the mines. So close. I'm actually, one of my goals is going to be to get all the achievements for Iratus. I was pretty close before the DLC. Was missing like 8, I think, maybe? Now I'm obviously missing more, but... Ooh, Vagrant's Ropes. Nice. There's our report from the graveyard. Now with 2 talent points, we buy Advanced Ballistics.
Will run red.
This is a baseline increase. 12 accuracy all the time across the board. Very important to get that, I think.
It embellishes my undead features.
The Vagrant's ranks increase the chance of receiving uncommon or better parts by 25%. This is very good for farming, obviously. And it's even better now that we have the battle potions, which we still haven't made any of, and we'll get around to that. Now that we have this little trifecta here, we are moving back to alchemy, and we'll be dumping points here, going straight for gray matter. This increases our chance of receiving a brain at the end of battle by 50%, which is super important for creating new minions and pivoting builds depending on what you get or what you're up against. Now, our first elite squad. We're going to go ahead and not transmute. Distill. This will restore 15% vigor to all minions. You just put 3 items in here. And go. This will bring us to full health. I am fully confident. I have no fear. Everyone's happy. Let's slay. We're going to open up with a muck on the Unfrozen again. Here we go. What are we looking at? So it's worth noting that I'm afraid of the elite demolition expert. A bit afraid of him. And we should try our best to kill him. I might just be using our attack here. I'm also afraid of the elite mage. These two are kind of inconsequential. The enemies we've actually been fighting, these are just the elite versions. But this mad mage and the elite demolition expert are going to be a huge problem. Huge. So I'm still thinking at the moment of how to deal with this. And that's why. Come on, boys. I believe in you. We need to make sure that the demolition expert does not get to the front. At least easily. Can't reach you still. I could delay, but does delaying help? It just does? Question mark? Alright. We're operating under that faith. It just does. Okay, so I see. If I move forward... I'm trying to think of how to best do this. Let's see if I can get some reflection going. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, we didn't move. Good. Okay, this went well. Again, I don't want the mage, or excuse me, the demolition expert up front. So I can Scythe of Death you.
Ashes to ashes.
Ooh, that was 126 damage.
To dust.
Beautiful. So the reason I don't want the demolition expert up front is because he has a stance that he'll go into when he reaches the front that causes him to explode. Like, literally. He goes boom. So, if possible, I need to kill him now. Actually, yesterday, but now works too. I think we're good. I think we got it. Oh, we had block. Darn it. Let's go with this.
One more for the stockpiles.
All right, we did it. We overcame the challenge. And he's dead to ignition. Bye. Oh.
Mine is the winning side.
Oh, we got the serpent skull. And the new item. Okay. Ooh. My heart's pumping, but we got it. We got it. Got it. Okay. So we need more attack. Never enough attack. Never, ever, ever. For the Unfrozen, I think we hold for upgrades. For the Abomination, I'm proud of you. You've done well. You have done well. Here is the Reaper. You've also done well. Have some damage. More damage. We could get some more initiative as well. Sure. No. Hold on to it. So the Serpent Skull is an awesome item. If the minions start their turn in position 3 or 4, they receive 3 luck and 3% crit damage until the end of battle, stacking up to 5 times. So that brings it up to 15 luck and 15 crit damage, which is pretty insane. Now, it is worth noting that of all of the characters, the Blood Phantasm does not scale up his luck particularly well. He can get 24 max when it's fully upgraded. Compare that to a character like the Bride of Iratus, who can get that up to higher, or the Vampire, or the Fallen Dhampir. But we hit so hard individually that I think I'm just going to give it to him. Because I love this build. Oh, this build is... it's literally on fire. The Hawkeye. After missing an attack, the minion receives +8 accuracy until the end of combat. Cannot stack more than 5 times. Interesting. This is the new eyeball that I was looking at, and was very confused as to what it could possibly be. Not bad. I'll give it to the Unfrozen for now. But I mean, I feel like I'm not going to miss much. Of all of our characters, it is the Unfrozen who has missed the most, though, so that's worth noting. We have 2 points. Let's pop it into Relic Seeker. Increases the chance to receive artifacts at the end of battle by 20%. Now, we're going to do something silly. Oops. Now we're going to do something silly and hoard points up to 3. The reason I say that's silly is because we could be putting like 1 point here or something, but we're going to hoard them to get to 3 to get to gray matter as soon as possible. This makes it, like I mentioned, much easier to transition your build if you need to, or create a new character to add more flexibility or versatility or whatever you need. So that's a good move, usually. To get gray matter, that is. You've got to be kidding me. How hard did I search for this freaking item? We looked for the Vampire and I don't remember which playthrough it was, but one of our playthroughs, we were like Vampire Fangless for so many floors, and just here it is. The Vampire Fangs restore 15% of damage dealt as Vigor, and for the most part, I think that this item is considered necessary for any YOLO solo build. If you're doing a YOLO solo character, a character out there by themselves with the Burning Blood item, they need the Vampire Fangs as their second item, I feel. And, yeah. They're also just good by themselves, honestly. Burning Blood, the minion's attacks restore 25% of the damage dealt as a Wrath. This was buffed slightly. Not bad. Especially since we're using quite a bit of Wrath. And the Halo of Chaos. At the start of each turn, the minion receives 1 random bonus until the end of the turn. It should be worth noting that the buffs from Halo of Chaos are not small. They are huge, just wildly strong buffs, but they are incredibly unpredictable, so you could get something that doesn't help at all. but they're good. So are we agents of chaos? Or are we vampires? Vampire fangs are awesome. They're so good. Part of me feels like I need to pick up the fangs just in case we do YOLO solo. But I kind of want the halo. For the memes on Eternal Harvest 1.
Toss it with the rest.
I'm gonna pop this bad boy onto the Reaper. Just give the Reaper some random crazy buffs. And I'll demonstrate those random crazy buffs in this battle, our final battle for today. Let's roll. Autobots, roll out. Oh, this is gonna be annoying, isn't it? What's our first buff? Increases damage dealt by 30%. It was a good first buff. I told you, that thing is nuts. And so wildly unpredictable. Or I should... I was gonna say I should buff, but I don't need to. I'm so close to having enough wrath for this. That's actually insane. I'm thinking. I'm gonna pull the mage forward because I don't want the demolition expert to reach the front so soon. He moves forward every single turn. And obviously he moved twice there. I think I can just kill him. Yep. Get wrecked. The mage is next. Oh, I've missed this so much, team. It feels good to be back. So we can just kill this. Nice. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. That kind of hurt a little bit. B-E. Aggressive. I'll get rid of this, sure. Why not? The wrath ability for the Blood Phantasm, by the way, is to set people on fire. It's pretty good, but it does move... Oh, it moves you backwards. I thought it moved you forward. I'm glad I read that then. But we're still not going to press it. Because we'll use the Unfrozen's wrath ability. Ow. Much more useful.
Become part of the breathless tide.
Man, the Reaper is good. I bet there's a multi-Reaper build out there that could be this feasible. Because if every kill triggers... If you have 4 Reapers, and every kill triggers the heal from the feature, you just feature all the time.
The world will be mine.
The terrifying Visage. All minions receive 10% extra damage dealt until end of combat. The item is expended after use. This is new. There's a truck outside. This is a new item, but it also looks like it's using the Abomination's face, just like spread out. Poor Abomination. All right. And that was that for today. Where do we go next? We can heal, go this way, grab some Digger Souls, and move on. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. So this... If we go to the left here, we can't grab this Cultist. We can grab the Cultist, go this way, or we could pick up the Sacrificial Altar. Get another experience book for Iratus. What do you think? Don't know. We'll find out next time. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Iratus is back. And I hope you're as excited as I am, because I'm pumped. And I hope that you look forward to our journey, the Wrath of the Defiler, as we march our way through Eternal Harvest once more to the cemetery to face new enemies, new opponents. Oh, we have a new boss on this floor. And new bosses, speaking of new bosses. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!